Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. I am Austin the Stache. Joining me today is the one and only Deb Robertson. She is going to talk about what's going on at Kilgore Memorial Library. Deb, how are you doing?
Doing great, thank you.
Yeah, of course. We were talking just very briefly before we started recording about how, the public library is an often untapped place of opportunities to grow, learn, have fun. There's so much going on at public libraries, across the country, especially here in York. There's plenty going on. But first, let's talk about some stuff that just finished up. So there was the summer reading challenge. How did that go?
The one you're talking about where the adults were competing against Seward. We just announced this morning that Seward won again this year.
Oh, man.
By just barely 200
Oh,
books.
Goodness.
So it's a hard one, but it's what it is. We're reading. Everyone wins because we're encouraging readers and they're having fun, and the competition is really amazing how it brings people in. So we love it. So
good.
It'll happen again next year. We'll get another chance.
Absolutely, 100%.
Sure.
And there was some other summer reading stuff going on for kids. And how did all that go this year?
All ages, and we had record numbers of participants. And every week it seemed like everyone that was, in place and ready to go. And we had outside presenters come in. We had the Explorat Center. We had it just lost it. Something to do with wildlife. There we go.
Okay.
And then Mrs. Baker, or Mrs. B, as she's known to the kids, has always got some crafts and snacks and fun things for them to do while they're at the library. So
Very nice.
I believe everyone had a very good time, and we've had a lot of the passports turned in, following up, showing their reading accomplishments, and so that's been good too.
Very nice.
That's the goal.
Absolutely. My wife is a teacher, and so she had the summer off, and we have an 18-month-old, and I tell you what, the stuff going on at the public library was a huge weight off of her shoulder to be able to go and have things to do with the kids, because it's not just like, oh, there's some books here and there's a little area where there are kids' books. No, like the public library is very active,
right?
And people may not know that, for some reason it gets forgotten.
Yes,
for sure.
Yes, there are still people surprised at how active and somewhat noisy the library actually is on any given day, particularly in the summer months. So,
absolutely. And so looking ahead to the fall as kids get back into school, what are some of the programs that are available?
Okay, well, I know Mrs. B has her regular story time scheduled on Friday mornings for the preschool age crowd. And then on Wednesdays, she's got a little Picasso's craft and arts type class that she runs for the same age group, the same crowd, but the families love it. So it's her cup of tea, so she just goes for it. But because numbers have been increasing, she has reached out to some of the child care centers in the region. We have a couple of them that walk over to the library when we have something going on. So she's going to start a story time specifically for child care centers to come to the library.
Really?
Then that'll be on Tuesday this summer. This fall, excuse me. Tuesday mornings at 9:30 to meet their schedule to get back on time for lunch, that important hour of the day.
Oh, yeah.
So
I get real angry if I start dipping into lunchtime.
Yeah. So anyhow, so those are the three things that I know for sure we have planned for the children. And then as for adults, we partnered with the Four Corners Health Department, and then Sue Crawford, the city administrator, is involved with us because of her engagement with our York County Community Coalition with well-being in the community. And so we are studying hope. Hope has been studied and made into a science, and so now we can measure hope. And so we had a kickoff event last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, the 17th of July, whenever that was.
Time goes by so fast.
I know, it's crazy. With Carrie Gottschalk from UNL Extension. She came in and shared the research that we are looking at. There's a book, Rising, or Hope Rising is the name of the book. And the library has bought 100 ebook copies, 100 audiobook copies, and 5 print book copies. And we're encouraging everyone in town to read the book. And then in September, we're going to come back together and have book talks. And those aren't scheduled specifically yet, but we're hoping to have a couple throughout the day, so that anyone with different time availabilities can make it and come. And we can talk about where you started with your hope scale and where you may have ended with your hope scale. There's a survey that's out ready to go to measure your hope scale right now on the Four Corners website. So that's something that we are involved with, and it's kind of a fun thing to do with reading and books and yet community scope and just having fun with another group of participants. So.
Well, it really goes to show that, a topic like that is one that can really change people's perspectives on a lot of different things. And so, to have a place that is being a proponent of hope, when it seems like there are a lot of places where people they fold in on themselves on social media and they see all these things. And so to have this, opportunity, and sounds like lots of opportunity. You're not going to have to wait for a book to come by. How do people get the ebooks, the audiobooks from the library?
Yep, you have to have a library card, and you can apply for one online. Just go to our card catalog at, it's a link to it from our website. So, go to our catalog, and there's a link to apply for an online-only account, and then that will give you access, account number and all the things you need. And then you can go on Libby is the app that we use, just like I think most libraries do. And so that's where you'll find those ebooks and audiobook copies. And the print copies are in the library. And this morning when I was there, I noticed there were still 2 copies available. So
very nice.
Come in and grab one.
Absolutely. The Libby app is fantastic. I use it all the time. Yep. And, it's just another resource that libraries have and that people are able to, because there are reading can get expensive. And audiobooks can get expensive.
Yep. I have to remind myself that I work at a library sometimes. Stop it. Yeah.
So those are a couple options, not just for the Raising Hope book, but for plenty of books in the library.
Right.
And so fantastic. I'm taking a look at some of the other online library stuff that you can create to read lists as well.
Okay, yeah.
And so not only can you manage your loans and all that sort of stuff, but you can actually kind of look forward to plan ahead as well.
Right. Our card catalog system that we have allows patrons to log into their accounts, and it's their library card number and the PIN that is associated with their account. And then once they're in, they can look and they can make book lists. So they can search the catalog and, make a reading list, want to read list. And then it also, if you're logged in as you're searching the catalog for something new to read, it will remind you that you have already checked this item out in, January of 2024 or whatever date you had it checked out. So,
very nice. Yeah,
so there's some nice features within there. It also will let you renew your own items if that's what you'd like to do. Our card catalog has a lot more to it once you're logged in to use your own account.
Sure.
And one thing that the staff wanted me to remind people is we do like people to have their library card with them when they check out. And it's not because, we like to follow the rules. It's because we're trying to protect your safety, your information. Anyone can walk up and say, I'm John Smith, and, if they know you well enough, they can get library books checked out on your account if you don't know, and if you,
Absolutely.
and then you're upset with so if we have the card, if you present the card, we know it's you. But a lot of people just don't carry a wallet anymore because all they have with them is their phone. But this system will allow you to display your library card, the barcode, on your phone.
Very nice.
So log in, find that library card barcode, and come to the desk, and we'll be happy to check out to you. So, and we always check out to anyone that has a card, but we're just trying to do it in a more sensible way.
Sure, absolutely, 100%. So I'm seeing also that there are some book clubs available that people are able to join.
Yeah. One book club that's been going now for a little over a year was started with interest between some community members that we like to read nonfiction. So some people say, have fun with that, but we do. So what we came up with was leadership as a theme. And so we select books that have something to do with leadership. We've read coaches as leaders. We've read, just, presidents and, history figures and just, anyone that was studying leadership and has tools that someone else has already read and recommends to our group. And so it's been fun, and it's open. It's anytime anyone wants to join, we agree all of the time that none of us can make it to every meeting. None of us can read a book a month with everything else that we have going on for some. And then we also agree that if you have a guest in town and they're interested or whatever, let them, we don't care. We just like to talk about the books that we're dealing with and the topics that the books present for us. So it's been fun.
Very nice.
Yeah. And then another book club that we have going, it just started right now again. It was one that we started, I don't know, it must be 7 or 8 years ago now, but it's the Next Chapter Book Club.
Okay.
It's specifically designed. It's another research piece that someone had done that folks with cognitive disabilities, adults in particular, love to read, but they love to read on topics they're interested in, not children's books, which is their reading level, perhaps, So this researcher created some short stories that are, about the frustrations of getting to work on time every day and having your hair done and, or making a cake for a friend or playing baseball on a team. And dating is another theme that comes up in some of the books, So it's books that have topics that they're interested in. So what we do is we partner with the service centers in town, PACE right now, and Mosaic, and I can never remember, the Autism Garden is a place also in town that we are working with right now. So those 3 agencies then bring their clients to the library once a week, and the library provides the books, and they sit in our room and read the stories aloud, 1 paragraph at a time. So they just go around the table, and each person reads their paragraph, and if somebody isn't in the mood to read that day, that's okay. They just pass, but there's no one that passes that I've seen recently. So this book club, like I say, we had it going and pandemic happened. Right. And then we tried to start it again after the pandemic, and the timing wasn't right. People weren't ready. So it just didn't gel. So we let it go. But now, fast forward to this year, the library has been granted a grant from the American Library Association, and the focus is improving library services for the disabled community in the city or town that we serve. And so one of the first jobs I had to do was have a focus group meeting. So I invited, again, those agencies to bring their clients and had a news release too. So this is open to anyone. It doesn't have to be someone with the services from these agencies. If someone wants to join us, just come on Wednesdays at 1:00 at the library.
Perfect.
Or ask at the library sometime to be reminded when we have this meeting. So
sure,
it is a fun one, and they just love it. So anyhow, at this focus group that I had, that was one of them. It was her mission. She came.
Yeah.
What she wanted was the book club back.
Right.
So the book club, someone there, one of the staff from one of the agencies, volunteered to organize it and run it. And so it's one of those easy to do. Just find a date on the calendar that works for everyone, and provide the books, and
absolutely,
they come and read to themselves. So
very cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It is a fun one.
So as we're finishing up, is there anything else? I'm seeing that there's some current job openings, actually.
Yeah, we have a couple openings right now. It's all because of people moving to other locations, and so now we get to find new staff members. So one is, they're all part-time. One is just 20 hours a week to be a support staff. And we're going to have this person help both Carol in children's programming and at the front desk. So we're looking to try to cross-train that way.
Sure.
And get more people capable and able to come and help at the desk when we're short-staffed, but also help Carol when she needs help. So that'll be good. And then we just had a college student give her notice that she's going off to college. So we have an opening for a shelver person. That these are typically people, or not typically, these people work 1 or 2 evenings, like from after school until 7 p.m. when we close. And one Saturday a month on average. It's every third or fourth Saturday.
Sure.
But anyhow, they that's what they do. They shelve and they do stack maintenance, which is making sure the books are all in the right place once they're shelved. So, and then the third opening that I have open right now is for that grant that I have. I have hours for a coordinator to help me run the classes that we're going to run. That grant has also partnered with the diversion office at the York County Attorney's Office. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to buy some makerspace type equipment. We're actually looking at sublimation printing, so T-shirts, hats, mugs, whatever. We haven't bought the equipment yet. We want to get the staff on staff to help us decide what they want to manage. So anyhow, once we have that, then we want to train or have workshops for the diversion clients to come into the library and work with them and learn how to run the tools and create whatever. And then we want to invite the disabled community back to create something for themselves or for gifts. And my dream is perhaps, again, we haven't hired the coordinator yet, so they'll have their own ideas, but maybe we'll find another nonprofit in town who could use T-shirts for their group, and we could provide those through the grant.
Absolutely.
But with mentors from the diversion clients, and then working with the handicapped or the disabled community members that are interested and doing a community project.
That sounds awesome.
I can't wait. I think this is one of the best grants I've ever had, and to be able to implement and see it come to fruition. So,
man, holy cow! So a lot going on at Kilgore Memorial Library, to put it lightly.
Yes, and then all the annual reports and data collection and monthly statistics.
Of course,
there's no end to the fun that we get to have at the library. So.
Well, perfect. Well, Deb, thanks so much for stopping by and giving me a heads up on what's going on at Kilgore Memorial Library. Of course, anyone who's interested, head down to the library and check it out for yourselves. There's plenty to do, plenty to learn about, plenty of programs coming along the way as well for you to get involved in. Yep. All right, Deb, thanks so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.